Hi, I'm Macarena Hernández.
I'm Sheila Maldonado.
I'm Nelly Rosario, and we are Desveladas.
We're three over-documented daughters of the Americas with cultural roots in Mexico, Honduras, the Dominican Republic, y los Estados Unidos.
Our project is a collaborative graphic novel and photos titled Desveladas, a fotonovela. It was born out of late-night talks that narrowed the spaces between fractured discourses.
Our book, Reveladas, will reflect these exchanges as visual conversations across the Americas. We focus on underlooked stories as filtered through our own histories and obsessions. We chose the fotonovela genre for its accessibility and versatility. Once considered lowbrow and subversive entertainment in Latin America, the genre has also become an educational tool throughout Africa and the US.
The fotonovela genre makes room for our respective forms: reportage, poetry, prose. We draw from video interviews, maps, documents, illustrations, and original writings.
We're inspired by genre-bending graphic novels, in particular, The Photographer by Emmanuel Guibert.
Today, Desveladas will give you a sampling of our stories.
I'm a witness and a vessel. A recovering mainstream multimedia journalist, I have produced for newspaper and media outlets throughout the country, and I've reported from throughout the Americas. My family, who is from the Mexican state of Nuevo León, straddles the US-Mexico border, and for generations has been cheap labor to the United States. I was born in Texas, half a block north of that river, the river that divides Mexico from the United States. The line my family crosses to go to the doctor and visit relatives. The blurry line, a source of so much unfounded anger and fear. I've been visiting fronteras for Desveladas research. Here, my friend Ernest shows me the Dominican-Haitian border and how arbitrary these lines can be. O sea, ahí estás en Dominicana y ahora, si cruzas eso.
Mira. Estoy haitiano. ¿Ya ves?
It turns out everyone has a Mexican. In the Dominican Republic, the Mexicans are the Haitians. Dominicans are the Mexicans of Puerto Rico and New York City, New York, and other parts of the US. In Costa Rica, the Nicaraguans are the Mexicans. Guatemalans and Central Americans are Mexico's Mexicans. Our fotonovela will explore una pinche revoltura of intersections.
I'm a wanderer, flaneur, pateperra, stray dog. I hail from Coney Island in Washington Heights, New York, and my family's from San Pedro Sula and El Progreso, Honduras. My first poetry collection, One Bedroom Solo, presents shifting ideas of self and home. The following is an excerpt from my work. Love Rehab, Montreal. Lust monster wanders with the thought of a body, rushing bloody thought. Blurting out on a dark bar patio, I think we should stay getting it on. Instantly, a man appears, offers his hand, nice to meet you. Laugh wild and loud, face bloody blushed, I did not take him up on his high. Would just bleed for someone else all over him. Stayed with a lady equally alone with her mind, with her flesh. She knew a few of us, league of libidinous intellectuals, overthinking the body. Walked her city of ancient Catholic repression, of primordial French desire. Trying to contain, to speak. All that came out of my mouth was Pepe Le Pew. For our fotonovela, this photo poem I posted online would be adapted for the page, mimicking motion, reflecting emotion, in the tradition of our favorite graphic novels.
Hi, I'm a story engineer who writes bridges between humanities and science. My first novel, Song of the Water Saints, built on individual and national history. Born in Santo Domingo, I grew up on the border of Latino and Hasidic communities in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, immigrant central since the 1800s. During the Reagan era, our local church was politically active and a sanctuary to those fleeing Latin America's civil wars and economic turmoil. Social movements shape how I construct stories. Currently, my work converges history, geopolitics, and medicine. I recently visited Antigua, Guatemala's own medical mecca, the scarf. Hermano Pedro Betancourt, AKA the St. Francis of Assisi of the Americas, picked up the sick from the streets on his back. He established a hospital in the 1600s and today continues to treat the elderly and the disabled at no cost. I also traveled to Cuba with Medic to learn about gastrocare and its medical education system. I met students from the US who study at Cuba's Latin American Medical School. Let's hear from one of them.
So I think what's important here, that what I like to always tell people about this place that I enjoyed the most was the amount of females here. All our teachers, at one point we did rounds, and all the women, all the doctor specialists were women, and I had never been in an academic setting with all this, like, if you roll through surgery, the residents, they're all women. That to me is...
I'm sorry you didn't get to see the footage, but that was Diana Gutierrez from Queens, Colombiana, and so she was there just last year. So seen here are the many female Cuban medical staff waiting for deployment within 3 days of Hurricane Katrina, and President Bush turned them away. So to see more of our work, visit our website, desveladas.com.
To complete our project, we need an illustrator, contributing artist, a literary agent, a publisher, travel resources, since we live in 2 separate states, artist residencies, and a speaking tour.
Thank you, Creative Capital, and everyone here. You've been such an inspiration. We look forward to working with you.
Such gentle souls.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Good.